What if I told you that the single biggest difference between a good defender and a legendary one isn't just physical tools like speed or height? It's the mastery of on-ball defense. Imagine shutting down your toughest opponent every single time they have the ball, forcing them to second-guess every move, every shot, every pass. Defense is the true foundation of winning basketball games, and becoming a lockdown defender can completely change your game and your team's chances at victory. Today, we're going to break down everything you need to know about becoming that kind of defender, the one who controls the game from the first whistle to the final buzzer. On-ball defense is simply the moment when you are directly guarding the player with the ball. It's where the battle really happens. Whether you're a guard, forward, or center, the core principles of lockdown defense are similar, but the way you apply them can change drastically based on your position, your physical tools, and your matchup. By understanding these fundamentals and learning from some of the greatest defenders in basketball history, you'll develop not just skills, but the basketball IQ and mindset necessary to dominate on defense. Let's start with the very foundation, the fundamentals. These are the building blocks that every lockdown defender must master. The first and most important is your defensive stance. You want to be low and balanced with your knees bent, feet about shoulder width apart, and your weight on the balls of your feet, not your heels. This stance gives you the explosiveness and quickness needed to move in any direction instantly. You want to be light on your feet, ready to react to any move your opponent makes. Kawhi Leonard, one of the NBA's premier defenders, is famous for his incredibly low balanced stance that allows him to stay glued to his man even when they try to explode past him. It looks effortless, but it's all about maintaining that perfect posture. Next, hand positioning is critical. Your hands should always be active but controlled. One hand should be lower to disrupt dribble moves or poke the ball away, while the other stays higher to contest shots or passes. You never want to reach or lunge wildly. That's how you get called for fouls and lose position. Marcus Smart, one of the most aggressive defenders in the league, uses his hands with precision, poking the ball and getting steals without fouling, constantly disrupting the offense. It's that kind of discipline with your hands that turns good defenders into great ones. Footwork and lateral quickness are next on the list. Defense is all about staying in front of your man and cutting off their path to the basket or open shot. That means moving your feet fast, sliding sideways with quick, controlled steps, and never crossing your legs, which slows you down and throws off your balance. Great defenders drill these footwork patterns daily. Jrue Holiday's footwork is some of the sharpest in the NBA. He rarely lets his man blow by because his quick lateral slides keep him perfectly positioned. Drills that focus on defensive slides and short bursts of direction changes are essential to building this skill. Closeouts are another fundamental skill every lockdown defender must master. When a shooter gets the ball on the perimeter, it's your job to sprint toward them, then slow down into a balanced defensive stance with your hands up to contest the shot or pass. Doing this incorrectly can leave you out of position or cause you to foul. Think of Danny Green, who's known as one of the best perimeter defenders for his fast but controlled closeouts that put pressure on shooters without giving up fouls. Practicing closeouts repeatedly, sprinting, then chopping your feet into a balanced stance, is critical for lockdown defense. Now, lockdown defense isn't just physical, it's a mental game as well. Mental focus and anticipation separate good defenders from all-time greats. The best defenders don't just react to what their opponent does, they predict it. They study tendencies, watch body language, and read eyes and hips to guess where the offensive player is going next. This mental edge leads to steals, deflections, and forcing bad shots. Draymond Green exemplifies this mental toughness and basketball IQ. He reads plays before they even develop and positions himself perfectly to disrupt them. This kind of anticipation comes from studying film obsessively and being completely locked in every second on defense. Although these fundamentals apply to all defenders, the way guards, forwards, and centers defend on ball varies because of their roles, physical traits, and the players they guard. Guards, for example, usually face the opponent's primary ball handlers, quick, shifty players who try to break down the defense and create plays. This means guards need exceptional foot speed, quick hands, and great anticipation to pressure the ball, force turnovers, and keep their man uncomfortable. Chris Paul is a perfect example of a guard whose defense is elite. His quick hands, positioning, and mental toughness make it incredibly hard for opposing guards to find any space or rhythm. Patrick Beverley is another guard known for his relentless on-ball pressure, never giving his opponent a moment's peace. Guard defenders also must be excellent at closing out shooters and communicating with teammates to navigate screens and switches. Forwards, on the other hand, often defend multiple types of players, from quick guards to bigger forwards. So they need a mix of strength, agility, and high basketball IQ. Kawhi Leonard stands out here as well, because he can guard guards, wings, and even some big men effectively. His long arms, quick feet, and disciplined approach make him one of the best defenders ever. Forwards must be able to switch on screens fluidly, use their physicality to push opponents off their spots, and recover quickly if beaten. Their defense combines aggression with patience. Knowing when to step up and when to contain is a key part of their role. Centers generally defend closer to the basket, tasked with guarding big men and protecting the rim. However, on-ball defense for centers is about more than just blocking shots. It's about using their size and positioning to deny easy drives and force tough shots. Rudy Gobert is a perfect example of a defensive anchor. He uses his length and timing to shut down paint scoring, fronting post players, contesting shots, and controlling rebounds. Centers need solid footwork to stay in front of quicker big men and avoid fouls. They also must communicate with teammates to coordinate help defense and rotations. When you look at the greatest defensive players of all time, you see how their commitment to defense made them legends. Kawhi Leonard, nicknamed the Claw for his enormous hands and lockdown skills, combines physical gifts with relentless effort. He studies opponents obsessively, stays disciplined, and uses his reach to disrupt passing lanes and shots. Gary Payton, known as the Glove, was one of the most feared defenders ever. His quick hands and trash talk made him a nightmare for opposing guards. His intensity and commitment redefined what it meant to be a defensive guard.
Jordan. And it's amazing how much information Matt can pick up on those elevators. Payton with the steal of the anthem. Here is Harper blocked.
Draymond Green takes versatility to a new level. He can guard every position and leads with his intelligence, communication, and toughness. Ben Wallace was a dominant rim protector and defensive powerhouse, using positioning and anticipation rather than just athleticism to control the paint.
Block number 18.
What sets these players apart is their daily dedication to the craft of defense. They practice footwork, positioning, and defensive drills relentlessly. Defense might not be the most glamorous part of the game, but these players treat it like their secret weapon. They prepare mentally by studying film to understand tendencies and weaknesses. They maintain top physical conditioning to keep their intensity high throughout the game. Most importantly, they stay disciplined, avoiding unnecessary fouls and staying patient under pressure. This kind of mindset and work ethic is what you can start building today. So how can you become a lockdown on-ball defender? Start by mastering your stance and footwork. Spend time daily drilling your defensive slides and maintaining a low, balanced stance. Then work on your closeouts. Sprint to the shooter, then slow down and get your hands up. Build quick and active hands by shadowing the ball. Practice contesting passes without fouling. Play a lot of one-on-one defense. In practice, guard someone who can challenge you. Study great defenders. Watch film of Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Smart, and Drew Holiday to see how they position themselves and move. Defense is as much mental as physical, so build mental toughness by staying focused and not getting frustrated during games. Communicate constantly with teammates to stay organized, and build your stamina through conditioning so you can maintain defensive intensity for every possession. Incorporate defensive drills into your training. For example, use cone drills to work on lateral quickness and agility. Practice zigzag slides to simulate defending dribble penetration. Work on closeout drills, where you sprint to a spot, then chop your feet and contest a shot. Use mirror drills with a partner to improve reaction time and anticipation. Combine these drills with film study and mental preparation for maximum impact. Remember, defense isn't just about physical tools. It's about heart, discipline, and intelligence. Becoming a lockdown defender takes patience and commitment, but the payoff is huge. When you lock down your opponent, you give your team confidence and control over the game. Coaches notice it, scouts notice it, and teammates feed off it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more basketball tips and training videos to help you elevate your game. Now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest challenge you face when defending on ball? Drop your answer in the comments below, and let's start a conversation to help each other improve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we keep working to take your basketball skills to the next level.